Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa Budzinski from Gilda's Club Grand Rapids, and I'm so glad that you can join us here on this virtual platform on Facebook Live. All of our program currently is virtual, and this is an add-on that we like to do, and we hope that you've enjoyed our previous Facebook Lives. Today, I have joining with me Daryl Vogel, who is the Vice President of Development at Gilda's Club Grand Rapids. Hi, Daryl.
Hello, Melissa. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you and have you with us.
Thank you. Good to be.
Daryl, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Daryl is our guest reader today, and he really kicks off our program of guest readers. And we have a number of people that are going to be joining us at different times for that. And so we're so grateful that Daryl has agreed to do this and love to have you with us. So thank you, Daryl. Today's topic is I am angry or I am mad. And we're going to talk about that particular feeling and how do we manage that feeling, why that feeling might come up, a little bit about that feeling. Why do we have it? Why do we get angry anyway? So often right now, especially during COVID, we might feel more anger because of all of the changes in our schooling, all of the changes really in our world and how we do things. We might be angry about someone in our life that has had a cancer diagnosis, or maybe someone in our life has died. And that angry feeling might come up and might be showing up for you. So I hope today that you'll learn something. Also, if you're with us and if you watch it at another time, just let us know. Put a little note in the comment section if there's some way that you manage your anger that really works for you and you want to share that with us. We would love to hear that. Or if you have a question, you can just put that right in the comments and then we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So, all right, Daryl, I think that we're probably ready for the book. And we just want everyone to know that we noticed last time we're doing this new PowerPoint book so that everybody can see it more clearly. And we noticed there's a little bit of a delay sometimes. So thanks for being patient and giving us some grace around that. But we have this great book for you. And Daryl, you can take it away.
Well, thanks so much, Melissa. And hopefully today we get a little bit of a sense of how we can handle anger and the person who's going to be sharing that with us is Sophie. And Sophie has an interesting story. It's written by Molly Bang. You see here, Sophie was busy playing when her sister just grabbed Gorilla and said, "It's my turn." "Nope," said Sophie. "Yes," said her mother. "It is her turn now, Sophie." And her sister snatched Gorilla, and Sophie was so angry she fell over the truck. Oh, is Sophie ever angry now? She kicks, she screams, she wants to smash the world to smithereens. She's so angry. Kabam! She slams the door and runs out. And she runs and runs and runs until she can't run anymore. She's just too tired. Then, for a little while, she cries. But pretty soon she sees the rocks and the trees and the ferns, and she even hears a little bird singing. She comes to one of her favorite places, the old beech tree, and she climbs the tree. Wow. She feels so different. She feels the breeze in her hair. She watches the water and the waves and the lake from the tree. And the whole wide world begins to comfort her. She starts to feel better, so she starts to climb down. And wouldn't you know it, she heads for home. She comes in the house and yells, "I'm home." Oh, the house is warm. It smells so good. And everyone in the house is so glad she's home. That's right. Everything starts to get back together again. And amazingly, Sophie isn't angry anymore. And that's the end of our story, but there's so much in it. I can't wait to hear what else Melissa has to share about that.
That was great, Daryl. Thank you. Boy, Sophie was really angry, wasn't she? Yeah. Have you ever felt like that, Daryl? Felt really, really angry?
Oh, yeah, I have.
What do you do to help yourself when you're really, really angry?
When I'm really angry, oh, sometimes I just have to take a walk.
Uh,
I just have to change the scenery.
yeah.
I just have to start thinking pleasant thoughts.
Oh, those are three really good tactics to helping yourself. Really good self care. All three of those. Changing your perspective, seeing something different, hearing something different, doing some physical activity, and really having that peace of mind to start to change our thoughts about what's happening.
I have to I have to stop and think about what I'm thankful for.
Oh, so like a practice of gratitude. Yeah. Oh, that's very good. That's very good. So there are many things that you can do for yourself when you're angry. And Sophie showed us something that she did is that she went out, and it must be that her family is okay with her going out to that favorite beech tree. And she did that physical activity, and then she spent some time with that tree, and she let the world, her surroundings, really help her settle back into herself. So then she could get her brain to start thinking again and not just feeling. And she was able then to come back together with her family. So she did similar things that you did. She started looking around and noticing things and feeling grateful for when she got back home, the smell, and that people were happy with the fact that she came home, right? Yeah, that's great. So, anger itself is an interesting feeling that typically we don't necessarily um, get in trouble if we're really happy or joyful or if we're calm. But sometimes anger or mad can get us into a little bit of mischief or trouble. So often anger is seen as a bad feeling, and it's one to maybe be avoided, or there's lots of talk about how not to be mad, that we shouldn't be mad. Well, I'm here to say that we need to embrace mad and anger, that it's okay to feel those feelings. They are a natural feeling that as human beings we have. And some of the reasons we might feel anger or mad is because maybe we're embarrassed. It might be hiding another more vulnerable feeling like sadness or fear or embarrassment, or your boundary might have been crossed. Something might have happened in your world that doesn't feel quite right to you. And so let's just look at Sophie. Sophie was playing with Gorilla, and her sister came up, and her sister didn't say, Sophie, it's my turn. Can I please have the gorilla? That's not what happened in that story, is it? Sophie's sister grabbed the gorilla from her, and Sophie felt upset that somebody violated her boundaries, that it wasn't very nice of her sister to do that. And then she got physically hurt. She fell over the truck. And so then she, another boundary of being physically injured, you know, happened. And so she felt angry. And those things are okay to feel angry about. Here's the thing, it's okay to feel angry, but it's not okay to be mean. So, what we have to do is take responsibility for our anger, which is what Daryl was talking about, that it's natural and normal to feel angry in those moments. But we get to choose what behavior we do in response to our anger. So sometimes when we're really angry, anger has a lot of intense energy to it. It comes up very fast. It feels like it wants to do something. And so sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to manage. The other thing that happens to us physically is that our frontal cortex, our brain that tells us what's the right and wrong thing to do, sometimes will go offline. And it's not easy to access that thinking part of our brain because our body is so full of energy. So, doing something to help ourselves calm down and to get to a place where our brain can work again and then to be able to come back. And so my hope is when Sophie got home after calming herself down, that she was able to say to her sister, maybe with her adult's help, hey, that really hurt my feelings when you grabbed Gorilla from me. I wish you had asked me for Gorilla and I would have given her to you or him. I don't know what Gorilla is, but um, so it's really important that we have some skills and we have some um, ways to manage that feeling of anger and honor it. That we honor it and we listen to it and we say, okay, what's happening within me that I might need to attend to take care of my anger. And maybe some people, sometimes, I know, Daryl, I do this. I cry. When I'm really mad, I can't help it. I just start crying. And that's okay because I always feel better afterward. And it's what my body needs. And I can spend a few minutes crying, and then my brain starts to clear. And then I can have a conversation that isn't filled with that strong energy of anger. And I don't say things I don't mean. I don't do things that I don't mean to do. And I usually then, whatever the situation is, the people that I'm maybe with, that maybe I was angry at someone, our relationship can get deeper. because then we can have a conversation about it. So I want to say again, it's okay to be angry. It's not okay to be mean. It's not okay to hurt ourselves, hurt someone else, or hurt property while we're angry. But it is okay to feel your feelings and take good care of yourself. So it's okay to do things like, hey, I need 5 minutes right now to to do some deep breathing. Or when my kids were little, Daryl, I used to do this thing. If I was really having a moment of anger, I would say, Mom is taking a timeout. And I would go into the bathroom and I'd take a 5 minute timeout. I'd put myself in timeout, do some deep breathing. And then I was able to come back to my kids with a clearer head. Um, and be able to be the parent I want to be, right? Because if I'm coming out of anger, I'm not being the parent I want to be. I'm not being the friend I want to be, the spouse I want to be, the employee I want to be. I have to be able to take care of myself in order to be the person that I want to be, and to have integrity, or to know that I'm going to take good care of myself, including my anger. So we have this idea, we call it a mad box. And I don't know if you have one of these, Daryl, but I made one. And here it is. Whoops, it's hard to see here. But it's a big box, and I have some things in my box that are going to help me when I get mad. So the first thing I have in my box is I have a teddy bear. And my sister, I actually gave this to my sister when she had heart surgery, and she gave it to me. And so when I'm really, really mad, sometimes it's helpful to have a hug. And I don't always have somebody at home with me. So I might just, hug my teddy bear. I might hug a pillow. I might hug my dog. Do you ever hug anyone when you just need some comfort, Daryl?
Yep, I have.
Yeah. So that sometimes can be very helpful. Sometimes when you're really mad, it's not good to hug the person you're mad at. That probably is not a good idea, but to hug something else might be a good idea. So that's in my box. So let's see what else is in my box. Oh, I have a art doodle journal. And so what I might do is I might just take a pen and pencil, and I might either write or draw about what I'm really angry about. Sometimes I just scribble if I need to scribble. And sometimes I might draw a little easier, or just write I might just write, I'm mad, I'm mad, I'm mad, I'm mad, I'm mad, until my brain can settle down and help me to figure out what it is I'm mad about. I have, with permission of the other adults in my house, I have scissors in here, and I might cut something up that no one else in the house wants. I might take something out of the trash or whatever, out of the recycle bin, and cut it up, because that sometimes feels really good. The other thing, if I can find it here, I have a magazine in here that nobody in my house reads. It's really hard to see. So nobody in my house reads this magazine. And so I have it in there, and it keeps coming. I'm a little bit mad that it keeps coming, and so what I might do is I might just take some pages, and I might just rip it up. And again, with permission from somebody at your house, your adult, another person, to make sure that they don't want this or want whatever you're going to rip up. So I might just rip that up into little, sometimes even little shreds of paper. And it feels good. It just helps me to feel better. I feel like I've given somewhere for that energy to go. I have my coloring pens in here, so I can do some coloring if I want. I have a magazine in here that I really love. And so I might read this magazine and just give myself 10 minutes of reading or whatever it is that I need. And like Daryl, I have other little things in here that remind me to go for a walk, to do some stretching, to do some deep breathing, but give myself some way of managing. The other thing is to really communicate with the other people in your household is that I'm really mad right now and I need to take a few minutes. And so that the other people know that I'm going to be safe about processing my anger, that and I might even let them know I'm going to go for a walk around the block. I'll be back in a few minutes. And so then they know where I'm at. They're not worried about me. And then when I come back, then we can talk about how I'm feeling and how that went. So what do you think, Daryl? Anything you can think of that I didn't cover?
No, I think you covered the waterfront.
That the waterfront would be a great place to go too. Yes. And that reminds me, thank you, is that if I can't go somewhere, let's say maybe I'm supposed to stay home, maybe I'm quarantining, um, and so I can go to another room, I can remove myself, I could close my eyes and think about the waterfront. If the water is what really soothes me, I can just make a picture in my head as clearly as possible of that place that gives me great joy or great calm. And for me, that's usually the waterfront. And I can just picture it as clearly as possible and allow that to calm me down. And then again, go back and communicate with the people I'm with about what I'm upset about. So that was great. Waterfront. Yeah.
Soothing music is always good.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, and that's actually something you could share with everybody who might be involved in that situation, right? Yeah, very good. Very good. Sometimes at our house we have dance parties, and that does help us to feel better. We just have impromptu dance parties. Yeah, very nice. So I want you all to know that we are so glad that you joined us today. We hope that you have found some good ways to manage your anger. I hope that you understand that it is okay to feel anger and to feel mad. That is an okay feeling. And that you also have permission to take good care of yourself today and to attend to that anger. But our hope is that anger, being mean to people, is not a good way to handle our anger. That being hurtful to yourself, to others, or to property might just end up in a place you don't want to be. So, our hope is that you can use one of these positive ways to manage your anger so that you can handle it in a way that feels really good for yourself and you feel good about yourself in the way that you handled that. I have a feeling that all of you are going to be able to do that and you're going to have a lot of success with that. So I think that's all we have. Do you have anything else, Daryl?
No, not really.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us. And you can watch this. We've recorded it. You can watch it as many times as you would like. We also have a handout that is connected to this Facebook Live post. And you can access that and print that off at home. It gives you some suggestions of what to put in your mad box. And you can add to that list whatever really works that's healthy for you and that's appropriate. You can add to that list. Also, share with us. We'd love to hear what you use to help you manage your anger. All of us here at Gilda's Club are still available by phone and by virtual program. We are meeting over Zoom for all of our grief groups and our cancer support groups and a lot of our workshops. So we would love to have you join us if you're interested, if you're on a cancer journey or you're on a grief journey, we would love to talk with you about how to become a member of our free community and to get some support. We have lots of really cool activities going on right now. We're looking forward to our West Side Walk, which is our fundraiser for our members and other community interested people. And to find out more about that, you can check out our website, and that's www.gildasclubgr.org. Or you could give us a call at 453-8300. We would love to hear from you. Again, Daryl, thank you so much for joining us. You're such a great reader.
Thanks, Melissa. It's a pleasure being with you, and it's good to be with all of our listeners.
Yes, I agree. Well, everyone, have a great day. Stay safe at school and at home, and hope to see you soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.